Hey everyone, welcome back to Sports Tea. I just wanted to jump on really quick and congratulate Quincy Olivari for signing a deal with the Curry brand. I just think that's so amazing for him to be able to triumph over so much adversity since the start of the season, to be a guy that plays his butt off for a roster spot. I just, to be this guy, right, that goes out there, shoots the lights out for the Lakers, plays his butt off for a roster spot, and he loses it to Bronny James. Bronny James, who gets to steal his contract and run off like a thief in the night. Imagine after that. Imagine after that, you're given a chance to sign a deal with your idol Steph Curry's individual brand called the Curry brand. It's almost like Steph Curry is a guardian angel, like a gift from above almost, right? Quincy Olivari, he talks about meeting Steph Curry for the first time. And I am going to play this soundbite for you guys, but I do just want to say salute to everybody in the chat. Shout out to you guys. Thank you guys for watching and coming on with me this afternoon. I really appreciate you guys being here. If you can all just do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, share the video if you can. Like, share, and subscribe. All right, we're going to play the Quincy Olivari soundbite. He talks about idolizing Steph Curry. You guys might have heard this before. This is a couple of months old at this point. This is probably right after one of the preseason games where Quincy Olivari, it was probably, I believe it was right after the last preseason game that he was going to appear in, where we all knew that he was going to disappear.
And you mentioned Book and KD knowing who you are. It looked like maybe your favorite player of all time also knows who you are. We saw Steph Curry having some words with you on the court after the game. What can you tell us about that conversation?
Man, it's crazy because I've liked him since I was in like 6th grade. Like, it was, I don't even know what to say, man, because like that's my favorite player ever. And the first thing he told me was like, I'm a big fan of your game. And like, truth be told, I'm a big fan of him. You know, like I had his jersey. He signed it twice. I used to sleep under that jersey, and like I just wanted to be like him so bad. And so just to be able to meet him, him be able to have some respect for me, and then us to talk in the back, he gave me a pair of his shoes and signed them. Like that meant the world to me, man. Like my dad knows, my mom knows. Like it just means a lot. And like I don't know, it just means a lot.
Shout out to you, Josephine. I really appreciate you being here. You as well, Adriana. Spurzan. Lee Kinney. Tasha O'Neill. Shout out to you. Cheyenne. Marvelous. I love that name. MH. I hope you have a great day too. Ace of Rage. Shout out to the moderators. Spurzan, Ace of Rage. Gabe Moore, how are you today? I hope you're doing well. So just to get into, you know, what Quincy Olivari was saying. Oh, shout out to you too, Mikey Brass. Salute to everybody in the chat. You know, I really, just after listening to that, it's really touching, this soundbite. For me, it was touching. The first time that I heard it, I felt for Quincy. He totally is tearing up. He's crying, talking about Steph Curry in the post-game interview. And that clip is just about a minute long, what you heard. And it was a clip from Sports Illustrated that they edited. They edited the original video, which was probably about I don't know, maybe it was maybe 10 minutes long. He's talking about so many different things. And it was after a stellar performance where he shot the lights out, but Bronny was still highlighted when he was god awful in that game. Bronny was just terrible. And everybody knew that it was going to be the last time that we saw Quincy Olivari. It was going to be the last time that we saw him in an NBA uniform for the Lakers, because he would be buried in the G League. That's what we knew at that time. The Lakers even announced that he was signed to a two-way deal, meaning that he could be called up to the NBA or back down to the G League, which actually means the Lakers had the power to bury Quincy and the evidence, because Quincy Olivari, what he represents is evidence. He's evidence that there was a much better guard by a wide margin, ready and available to suit up for the same spot that Bronny James didn't deserve, the same spot that he didn't earn, the same roster spot that JJ Redface, JJ Drunkface lied to millions of Laker fans and NBA fans when he said that Bronny earned this roster spot. Yes, this is the person that said that. A guy that plays with his nose post-game interview. A drunk. This guy. This is the guy that said that Bronny earned his roster spot. Pitiful, pathetic, a loser, a serial loser who never did anything in his NBA career except be below average. That was one of the most disgusting lies that I've ever heard a head coach of any NBA team say. Bronny he's not playing in road games for the G League. He's been called back up. He's been called back up to the NBA to sit on the bench. He gets to sit on the bench for the Lakers with a fake injury that needs to be addressed and also investigated by the NBA. They investigated Trae Young and even fined the Hawks for resting him. LeBron James is allowed to rest. Bronny James is allowed to be hidden on the bench with cameras barely showing that he's alive. He's literally a Where's Waldo exercise. At this point, after all the media narratives and the blatant lies, they're just hiding Bronny because the basketball costume that he's been wearing all along isn't fooling anyone. NBA legends from every era of basketball have come out publicly to criticize Bronny James for not even attempting to earn any of the privileges that he's received. And it is disgusting. It's shameful. The Lakers, LeBron James, Bronny James, JJ Redick, they are a disgrace. An absolute disgrace. Now, I want to fast forward you guys to about 3 weeks ago, after his explosive performance in their debut G League game. He had nothing but classy words to say about Bronny and his god-awful performances in G League games, where an actual NBA player, what they're trying to pass off Bronny to be, should be able to dominate, proving why they were drafted and given a 4-year contract. But I want you guys to listen to this.
You mentioned this about Bronny. The noise, the narrative that's around him. Every time he gets the ball, whether it's here or it's a crowd to shoot, whatever. But he plays the right way.
Always.
What does that tell you about him as a player and kind of his focus level that doesn't get caught up in that stuff?
Tells me the same thing about him as a player as he does as a person. Bronny's an amazing kid, and I just love being around him. Fun fact, he loves cars. So he's always out the way, always looking at cars and always looking at video games. So just a normal kid. And then when he gets out here, he's always looking to make the right play. Whether he's missing a shot, making a shot, or making a turnover, or throwing a lob, he's always looking to make the right play. And you can't ever be mad at a kid trying to make the right play.
You mentioned your dad being here. What's the story behind it? He's out here to watch you play.
Oh, yeah. Ironically, before the draft, he was planning on moving out here. And then draft happened, and God just had God put me out here, and now we both out here. So got switch. Got a question. Here we go.
Appreciate you, my dog. When you first came out here, I was thinking to myself, like, I know he's gonna score 25 plus, but like, what else is he gonna do? You picked up 94 feet, playmaking was there. What was your initial goal out there when you went out here today?
First, so got to give a shout out to Coach BT. My 3 goals were make sure we're organized, less than 2 turnovers, and make all my free throws. But my biggest goal was to come out here and show the Lakers and the people that were watching that what I was doing with the big team isn't just a facade. You know, I can come out here even when I'm with the G League team and show that I want to pick up 94. I'm a playmaker, that I'm willing to make all the right plays. But at the end of the day, if I get the ball and you need me to score, I'm gonna shoot it. And the goals for our team is to get up 43s. I did my part, but just to come out here and play the right way and show that I can be a leader, whether that's with the Lakers or with the G League team.
Sure. Appreciate you.
You guys heard that. Quincy refers to Bronny as a kid, and he says that the criticism is unfair for him. If you notice, he said he's always staying out the way. He just wants to play video games, and he likes cars. And the biggest, I thought, most ridiculous part of what Quincy said is that he always makes the right play. Doesn't that sound familiar? Doesn't it sound like everyone that lies to protect LeBron? How does Bronny James get the same protection force field? There's like an electric fence around Bronny James. I get that he's LeBron's son, but he never makes the right play. He is ranked dead last in the NBA and the G League. He has the worst plus minus across both of the leagues. How does he always make the right play? Where's the evidence of that? He always plays the right way? Bronny is dead last. How many times do we have to say it? It's been reported all over the place. He's dead last across both of the leagues. I don't know that Bronny James has ever made the right play in his whole life, his whole NBA life. He is not a qualified professional basketball player. He is not qualified for organized play, period. I wouldn't send him back to college. I would send him to the school. I would send him to a school, but it would be a school of like the Kai Cenats for influencers. I feel like Kim Kardashian has a school out there. Quincy talked about how great he was at video games and how much he just seems to have this love for cars. Bronny is an influencer. I'm not going to take that away from him. He will succeed in that lane, but he should not continue to denigrate the National Basketball Association any longer. Please spare us all. Now, guys, I would be remiss if I didn't speak on the greatest sports hero since Kobe Bryant. The greatest sports hero since Kobe Bryant. And that person is Stephen Del Curry. He is the face of the league, and he has been since 2015. He is the greatest winner that we've seen since Kobe Bryant. We saw what he can do as a man amongst men in the Olympics. And he had multiple godlike performances in those games. Multiple. He was the real MVP of the Olympics. And he is the greatest player of this weak-ass generation that doesn't play defense. Not LeBron James. Steph Curry, he was the one that got street justice for Quincy Olivari. He's a vigilante. He saw what they were doing. He knows. The streets know. The fraternity in the NBA knows. The YouTube streets know. Shout out to Mel from Man Down Sports for cooking these bums. Shout out to Ticket TV for keeping his foot on these liars' necks. The whole world knows that Bronny James, LeBron James, and Clutch Sports as an entity are thieves. Bronny James' roster spot is an elaborate heist that goes up the chain to Adam Silver. Is it surprising that Steph Curry checks into a preseason game at the end of a fourth quarter during a 60-point blowout so that Bronny James can be photoed guarding him? Can you believe that the NBA directed that? Or that Steve Kerr is in bed with Clutch Sports? I can believe it. This is the same Steve Kerr that benched Jason Tatum to play LeBron James the most minutes of any player on the team when he's 1 million years old, turning the ball over like a goddamn diner flips pancakes. Steve Kerr is a pitiful person and a spineless coach. He let Michael Jordan punch him in the face. He lets Draymond Green run the team and ruin lives. Evidenced by Jordan Poole. Steve Kerr is a figurehead, a plant, and incompetent in many critical game-deciding moments. But enough about Steve Kerr. I won't boil the ocean about him. I won't do that. Back to the heist crew, specifically the purse snatcher, Bronny James. He has an entire force field of protection. Current NBA players know their role. They won't push back. LeBron is babysitting him at games since he claims he didn't spend enough time with him growing up. JJ Redick is there to validate that he earned the roster spot. Rob Pelinka is there to provide the 4-year development program and ensure that actual talented shooting guards like Quincy Olivari remain buried in the G League. And Adam Silver is there to be of counsel to the Lakers as well as to LeBron and to Clutch Sports, since they own much of the talent in the league. So Adam Silver's main job is to stave off any investigations of PEDS allegations for either LeBron or Bronny, given his cardiac arrest at USC, or the investigation of simply his fake injuries and flat out defiance of participation in games or even the tampering of the draft altogether from Clutch Sports. The list goes on. There's a protection program in place for Bronny James. And it's so airtight, but Quincy Olivari has light at the end of the tunnel. He has a mentor in Steph Curry, someone who is Steph Curry is clearly on a mission to get justice for Quincy. He's not going to stop until Quincy has an actual spot in the NBA. And I'm excited for Quincy. Even if Steph Curry can't beat LeBron and his evil plot to keep Quincy buried in the G League, he is still finding ways to help Quincy financially, which goes a long way to helping him accomplish his dreams of buying his mother a house and supporting his family. Until then, we have to play. Until then, we have to play Where's Waldo, looking for Bronny on the bench when he belongs in Bel Air, playing video games alongside Carlton Banks. Remember Carlton Banks, guys, from The Fresh Prince? It's not unusual. Remember that dance? But yeah, Carlton Banks, he was another imaginary basketball player. They can be imaginary playmates together. Can anybody tell me? What's the difference between a 4.0 and a 4.6? Those ain't Rolex diamonds. What the F you done to that? I love that Jay-Z song. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it's called Imaginary Playmates. But I have about 10 minutes and I can take some phone calls. Let me go ahead and put up the phone line for you guys. Call in. What do you guys think? And you can answer to a variety of questions. You can tell me whether or not you think that Steph Curry is the greatest of this generation since Kobe Bryant. You can tell me, you know, what you think about Quincy Olivari landing this contract. Caller from Indiana. Thank you for calling Sports Tea. Talk to me nice.
Hello, you hear me?
I can hear you. Who do I have on the line?
Hey, what's up, Dom? How you doing?
Oh,
man, it's Eddie TV, man.
Oh, shout out to Eddie TV, guys. Talk
Yes,
to me
sir.
nice,
Yes,
Eddie.
sir. Yeah, man. I got on Man Down last night, man. We had a good little segment and or conversation. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
Yeah, I shouted you out and gave you, you know, your praises on one of the basically daily channels that I watch like every day. As soon as you throw something up, I'm on it. As far as in you, Ticket, Too Raw, Dreamers Pro, and Man Down.
I really appreciate you checking us all out. That means a lot to me. We're just out here trying to tell the truth, Eddie, and I appreciate that, you know, you want to be a part of that. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. We all on one accord. Oh, yeah. But yeah, I would say this. You can't be too hard on Quincy, but that little interview that he gave, he had to be PC about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He's under the thumb of Clutch.
Yeah, he's under the thumb right now, so he can't say too much. Even if he wasn't, he wouldn't. But I would say that's a good look for Steph Curry to do that for him, man. Like it's amazing because probably a year and a half from now, Quincy probably still would have been buried under the South Bay Lakers, not getting the love that he deserves. You know what I'm saying? The love that he is actually earning, you know, going out there, putting in the work and trying to, you know, stay out the way of these Bron gobblers. You know what I mean?
It's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, no,
he was being politically correct. He didn't do nothing wrong in that sense, but only thing he got to do is go out there and keep letting his game talk for him, man. He'll be all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's all he's got to do. Just get out there, keep playing hard. But we all know that that's not all that he has to do, right? It's about who you know, and it's about if LeBron's your dad or not, obviously. Like, it seems like you can, you know, if you don't know how to play basketball, you can be in the NBA. It's not about your talent anymore. It's about, you know, whether or not you are keeping up with the Kardashians. I don't know. So it's a shame. This is a shame. And I think that more people like us, like you and I, need to speak out on behalf of Quincy so that, you know, more and more people can hear this story and see what's going on and see that LeBron James, Clutch Sports, Bronny James, they're thieves. They're snatching purses left and right. They're thieves in the night, literally robbing people blind that actually deserve a chance to be here to have a roster spot.
Oh, absolutely. I agree. Like I said, I throw videos like for my channel, you know, I'm trying to turn it to a sports channel. I got a bunch of content up on there. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to push the narrative, you know, turning that into a channel and basically getting the same club as y'all, man, because I feel the same way as y'all do as far as Bron, the NBA, the way that they handling their business out there. It's a national basketball of entertainment, man. That's all it is. It's not the association no more.
Yep. No, I'm with you. But thank you so much for calling in, Eddie TV. I'm going to get to a super chat and open the phone line back up. I have just 5
All right, hold on. Right before you go. Shout out to Sports TV. Shout outs to Man Down Sports, man. Y'all hit that like button. Y'all hit that subscribe button, man. And check me out if you got some free time on your hands at Eddie TV, man. I do content too. I'm in support of the brothers and the sisters that's against the corruption.
Thanks so much, Eddie, for your call. I really appreciate you, buddy.
No doubt.
All right.
Be good now.
You too.
Yep.
Bye-bye. All righty. We have one super chat from Full Venom Jacket. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Hey, Dom, quick stat for y'all. Labozo is 445th out of 494 in defensive rating. Bronny is 333 of 336 in the G League. Like father, like son, justice for Quincy. watch him end up on the Warriors. I can't wait to watch that. That would be just an incredible, story. And imagine his journey. Imagine the story that Quincy Olivari can have. Thank you for your $10 super chat, Full Venom Jacket. I appreciate it. Shout out to Ghost Cast Hoops. What's up? How's it going? Happy Saturday. Salute to everybody in the chat. Guys, check out Ghost Cast Hoops. They have some really great basketball content over there. Go like their videos and subscribe to their channel. Pizza time. Shout out to you. Looks like we have a caller from Miami. Caller from Miami. Talk to me nice. Thank you for calling Sports Tea. So sorry, I had you muted. Hi there.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Who do I have on the line?
Just Mr. B.
Mr.
You can call me
B.
that.
Talk to me nice.
So let me just say, I'm so glad that finally people are coming to the forefront to just expose this hypocrite or this abomination that we've had to endure in the league in this quote unquote generation. This media hype, this finally getting exposed for who he really is,
Yeah.
And you're doing a great job of just like not cutting any corners, getting straight to it, and it's beautiful.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your call today, Mr. B. Really great comments. I definitely, there's a lot to unpack with this Bronny situation. It's more nuanced than just nepotism. So, and there's just been a domino effect, this ripple effect, across the league and just how we're going to handle these kinds of situations going forward. It's going to say a lot coming out of this. So, thank you so much,
Absolutely.
Mr. B, for calling. And I'm going to take one more call and then we're going to end the live.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thanks for calling Sports Tea. Shout out to caller from Chicago. What's your name?
My name is Tony.
Hi, Tony. How's it going?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm fantastic. Happy Saturday to you.
Same to you. It's funny. I just got back in the truck and I was like, I'm gonna call. Your show is the first show that I ever called, so it was like I'm gonna call Sports Tea because I work overnight.
Yeah.
And you be on late at night, like last night you was on. It's like I couldn't. Friday night. So I'm like, I'm gonna call in. So just what happened. I got back in the truck and called.
I finally decided to commit to a time, so I'll be on every night at 11 p.m.
Oh yeah, that's good because then I think that works out better because people know. Okay, then Sports Tea because they're gonna be on at 11. Yeah. And I actually it's a lot of shows I like. I listen to the whole crew that everybody always name, but I like that variety because yours and males are more laid back. Until you force you guys to say something, I like Ticket because when he'll turn it up on you, screaming Poe. But
I mean, really, I love all these guys. Honestly, the networking that we've all been able to do with each other and the way that we've been, courageous enough to tell the truth. I just really love being a part of this YouTube community. So thanks for mentioning those guys. Shout out to all of them.
I like it that because you guys let everyone know about everybody's channel. So it's not like you I'm going to just make sure I get mine up. I'm not going to worry about anybody else. And what you guys are doing is helping everybody. And it makes people go to the other channel because they're like, okay, I'm going to check out the other channel who haven't listened to it before.
I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Did you have a particular take that you wanted to leave us with?
Well, it's so much. It's like, I'm 58. I've been playing ball. I'm in Chicago, so this is basketball town, and I play ball. And it's like the whole thing. Back in the summer when they was talking about doing it, and I was like, this guy just would not let up. It's almost like he sucked all the air out the room. And then when he did that with his son, we having people. I think the biggest thing that bothers me about this whole thing. This is why I don't watch. There's a lot of reasons why, but this is one of the main reasons. They refuse to let other players shine, it's almost like LeBron's gonna suck up all the energy. Then when he brought his son in and they was okay with it, I'm like, oh no, I'm done with it now. I'm done with it. And I watched Quincy because I know the game back and forth. And watching Quincy, it was like night and day. I'm like, I said, you know how you can tell they knew he wasn't gonna be a good player? They signed him to the 4-year contract, so it almost like it doesn't matter what you do. We already have him. And
Right.
And I think Quincy went out there like, okay, y'all gonna do that now. I'm gonna go out there and play, but there's nothing else he could do. And then it's like they signed him to a contract so he wouldn't be able to go to another team and shine. But what Steph Curry did, he a boss for that because he basically just told LeBron, okay, I hear all these podcasts are talking about Quincy, and they right. So I'm gonna do him one better. I'm gonna sign him to a shoe deal. And it's almost like LeBron ain't feeling the fact that Curry did it, but what can he do?
Yeah. No, it's crazy.
It's
crazy out here in the streets in these NBA, in this NBA world. So
it's just bad. The game is it's just bad. And I think I told somebody yesterday at work. I said, if LeBron announced right now this will be his last year, I'll never say anything bad about him because I just want him to go.
Me too.
I'll go the rest of the year. I don't care what he do. I would not say anything about him. Yeah, and it's like people be like, y'all hating. I'm like, you can't even call it hating because he would not, even when he's not in the playoffs, he have to tweet something for them to bring attention. And they just, I don't know. I ain't never seen people so lapdog for a guy. And they didn't even do this for Jordan. And I know.
I just
Jordan
think that there's got to be some fear. There's got to be some payoffs happening. I'm not sure exactly what the story is, but, it's clear that LeBron is controlling the media in some way. But
you see what he did last night when they after that loss, he was like being all like, you could tell those reporters was like walking on eggshells.
Oh yeah,
they were scared. The elephant in the room was, what they wanted to say, but it's almost like they so scared that if I can't do my job, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna be scared. You could tell the way he was talking. They were scared. It's almost like they were scared to talk to him.
Yeah.
I'm like, really?
Yeah. No, it's pretty bad, but I do just want to thank you for calling in. I'll be back on at 11 p.m. West Coast time. And I really appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and close out, but thank you so much for calling. Okay.
All right. No problem. And like I said, I listen to you all the time because I work overnight. So, and then, hey, when you come on, it actually helped me get through the night because I work in a warehouse with a lot of guys and I don't want to talk to them. So it's like I put my earbuds in, I turn you on. And then it's like the time goes so fast because it's not. It's like everything is like nice, smooth. It's like the guys that come in that cap. You know what I like? One thing before we go, I got to say about you. The way you be hitting back on those ones who be capping, and they capping. It's almost like you do it with a smile. I know, and it's like there ain't nothing they can say. It'd be like, oh, I love it. You ain't going loud with them, and you hit them back, and then you paint them in the corner where they don't even know what to say. Then they just start making up stuff. I'm like, really?
I think that sports talk should be fun. I don't think that it needs to be angry or mean. Nobody needs to come out of these conversations feeling bad. So it's okay for us to, agree or to disagree. And we can just have fun. I love sports and I love people that also want to talk about sports. So I'm really happy to be in this space with you guys and chop it up. So again, I really appreciate you for calling and thank you so much. Have a good one. Okay.
Okay, then. All right. You too.
Thank you.
Great.
Okay, guys. I mean, to me, it's very clear that Bronny doesn't belong in the NBA and Quincy does. So who's going to tell him, guys? Who's going to tell him? Who's going to tell Jeannie Buss? Who's going to tell JJ Redick? Who's going to tell them? Who? Who's going to tell him that the job...
Black jobs, one of those black jobs, black jobs, one of those black jobs, black jobs, one of those. Who's gonna tell them that the job might be one of those black jobs?
I'm here to do my black job. I'm here to do my black job.
Those black jobs, one of those. Who's gonna tell them that the job might be one of those black jobs?
Oh, I can't get enough of that, guys. But thank you so much. I will see you guys at 11 p.m. tonight, and look forward to me having a consistent schedule, okay, of going live at night, 11 p.m. I'll see you there tonight. Alrighty, guys. See you soon. Bye-bye. Oh, wait. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe, okay? And shout out to everybody who joined me. Salute to the chat. Have a good one, guys.